Welcome everyone to some FOFCA volleyball. Tonight we have a great varsity matchup between the Legacy Blaze and the FOFCA Eagles. We'll get tonight started in just a bit with a few announcements because tonight is kind of a senior night and this is the last home game, at least, for your FOFCA Eagles varsity team. And then following that we'll have prayer and then finally the national anthem. We'll get all that started in a bit. We still got a little bit more time for warm-ups, so stay tuned.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's varsity contest between the Legacy Blaze and your own FOFCA Screaming Eagle. Before we get things underway here tonight, just a couple of things. One, this is our final home game of the year, and so as tradition has it, this is also senior night, and we have 3 seniors to briefly recognize here tonight. So when I call your name, please walk out there to the center of the court. Reagan Loader. Reagan's parents are Debbie and Brian Loader. She is undecided in terms of college, but possibly JJC and then transfer after 2 years. She's also leaving open the possibility of college volleyball. Emily Loader. Her parents are Debbie and Brian Loader. She is also undecided in regards to college, but she plans on playing college volleyball. And Bethany Sunset. Bethany's parents are Melissa and Pastor Kit Sunset. Bethany's planning on the College of DuPage for 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, your seniors for 2019. Please stand for a word of prayer. Following prayer, we'll have our national anthem, and then we will get to our starting lineups here tonight as well. Let's pray. Lord, we come to you tonight thanking you for this opportunity to gather together and enjoy the game of volleyball. Lord, we ask for your special blessing on our seniors here tonight. Lord, pave your way in their lives so that they might go on to the next step and be very successful, not only in the world's eyes, but most importantly in your eyes, Lord. God, we ask you to watch over everything that is said and done here tonight. Watch over these players and our officials. Protect them, keep them free from injury, and above all, Lord, help us have a great night tonight. In Jesus' name, amen. And out of our starting lineups, first for the Legacy Blaze, number 20, Grace Rutsis. Number 32, Carissa Ike. Number 42, Joanna Pure. Number 37, Lizzie Baer. Number 23, Gianna Lally. And number 13, Faith Going. freshman number 23, Grace Bessler. Sophomore number 7, Elena Shaw. Senior number 3, Reagan Loader. Senior number 13, Bethany Sunset. And senior number 4, Emily Loader. Eagles coached by Mrs. Christian Swartz.
Alrighty, let's get this game underway. This is going to be the starting serve for FOFCA by Morgan here. There's a serve, gets it over. And Grace gets it over. That's going to be first point for FOFCA on the starting serve. There's the next serve from Morgan. That's short. That's going to be a point for Legacy. Tie it up 1-1 here in the first. There's a serve from the number 26. It's pretty far out. That's going to be a point for FOFCA. And as you heard earlier, this is the last home game for the FOFCA varsity team. Oh, and that went pretty far out. I don't think FOFCA's going to be able to save that. No, that's going to be a point for Legacy. Make it 2-2 once again. Tie it up here in the first. It's going to be the serve from the number 32 for Legacy. Gets it way over. That's to Morgan. Reagan, now to Grace, who gets it over. It's 32. Back to the 42. Gets it over. Morgan stops it from getting in there. Reagan to her sister Emily, now getting it over to the 32 once again. 42. Now 31. I'm not sure who got that one. But that's going to be a point for FOFCA. There's a serve from Emily. It's short there. That's going to be a point for Legacy. And that serve was short. That's going to be a point for Fafka. Serve from Grace gets it over to the 24, 42, now 33 gets it over. And that's going to, looks like, be a point for Legacy. It's going to be served from the number 31 for Legacy. Does get it over. That's going to Reagan, to Emily, who gets it over. 42, and that's in. That's going to be a point for Legacy. Now taking the lead over Fafka. 1 point lead, 5-4 here in the first. Another serve from the number 31. That's Emily to Bethany. Now Morgan, that looked out. Yeah, that's going to be a point for Legacy.
I was like, please.
31. Now Reagan and a Morgan. It's over 42. And wow. That's Emily. Made that diving play right there. Bethany to Natalie. 4. And that's going to be a point for Fafka. Looks like it's going to be Elena's serve for Fafka. The serve gets it over. Couple plays there by the 42 and 23. 42 makes it back over. Morgan stops it from getting over. And now that's Bethany, and now to Emily, who gets it over. 32 to the 23. Can't get it quite over. That's going to be a point for Fafka. Tie it up, 6-6 here in the first. It's another serve from Elena. That's in.
I have a question.
Yeah, it did look in, so yeah, that was actually pretty close, so that's going to be a point for Fafka. There's another serve from Elena to the 37, 23. It over. Looks like Elena stopped it, and Natalie went for it there. Not quite enough, though, so that's going to be another point for Legacy. It's 23 serve over to Emily. Now to Elena. Reagan. 15 and 3 Reagan. Morgan tried getting it over, but did not. That's going to be 8-7 Legacy. Here comes the serve from the number 23. Gets it over to Emily, to Mariah. Morgan. It over. Mariah, looks like Morgan who gets it over. That's in, and that's a point for Fafka. It's going to be the serve from Bethany. Gets it over. 42. Now Reagan Mariah gets it over, and the diving play there from the number 23. And looks like the 32 tried getting over, but did not. That's going to be a point for Fafka. There's a serve from Bethany. 13. Oh, And another diving play from the 23. But once again, not enough, so that's going to let Fafka enter the double digits here, 10-8. There's the serve, 42. Now gets it over, and Natalie brings it up. Emily to Morgan. 2 to the 42. 32 gets it over. That's out. That's going to be another point for Fafka. Get another serve from Bethany. It's over to the 23, and that's a point for Fafka once again. Here's another serve from Bethany. Yes, it does get over. The 13 to the 42, and the 32 gets it over to Emily. Mariah back to Emily, gets it over. Looks like the 23 tried. Now the 20 gets it over. It gets to Natalie. Now Emily. To Morgan, who gets it over. 23, 42. Oh my gosh, that goes back. And the effort there from Natalie, yeah, just tries to get there, but doesn't. So that's going to be a point for Legacy, making it 12-9. Fafka leading over Legacy. There's a serve from the number 13. Natalie gets it off. Emily to Morgan. Not enough. That's going to be a point for Legacy, now entering the double digits as well. It's going to be a serve from the number 13 for Legacy. Gets it over to Natalie. Mariah tried to get it. It did look like it was going to go over by itself, but did not. So that's going to be a 1-point lead now for Fafka over Legacy. Closing it in at 12-11. Serve from the number 13. No one was there, so that's going to be a point for Legacy. 12-12, tied here in the first. Here comes a serve from the number 13, Emily to Natalie. Now Mariah gets it over. 33 to the 42. Looked like the 32 hit it to Natalie. Reagan to Morgan gets it over. 23 to the 42. And that's going to be a point for Legacy, now entering the lead with 13-12. There's a serve from the number 13, gets it to Natalie. Now Mariah. Morgan gets it over. 42-32 with a big hit there. Natalie now to Reagan, goes to Mariah. Can't get it over. That's going to be another point for Legacy. There's a serve, gets it to Natalie again. And Reagan gets it, whoa, way out there. That looks like that was Mariah who got it way out there. 15-12, Legacy leading over Fafka. It's 13 now. That's going to go to Mariah. And that's going to be another point for Legacy. And it looks like a timeout. We'll be back in a bit. There's a serve. We're back, and that's going to go over to Bethany. Now Reagan to Morgan. Gets it over. That's going to be a point for Fafka. Morgan gets it over, but that's a bit far out. That's going to be a point for Legacy. There's a serve that gets over to Bethany. Now Morgan to Mariah, who gets it over. 42-32 with the hard hit, but blocked by Grace. That's going to be a point for Fafka. There's a serve from Reagan. 42-34 gets it over. Emily to her sister Reagan. And Grace, that's going to be a point for Fafka. There's a serve, and that does get out. That's going to be a point for Fafka, though. There's a serve from Reagan. 42 and 13 gets it over. That's to Emily, her sister Reagan. Mariah gets it over. 42-32 with a hard hit, but again, blocked by Mariah, but it does get over. 42 to the 31. Out of Morgan, Reagan. Now Mariah tried to get it over, but it looked like the 31 blocked it, so that's going to be a point for Legacy. There's a serve from the 32. Hard serve there. And Mariah tried to get it over, and a diving effort there from Emily. But that's going to be a point for Legacy. As it can't get over enough. It's going to be another serve from 32. I imagine it's going to be a hard serve, as 32's hits have been hard, and it is. Looks like Bethany tried to get it, but could not. So going to be a point for Legacy, making it 20-16 here in the first set. Still a lot of game left, though. There's a serve from the 32, and it's short. That's going to be a point for Fafka. There's a serve from Emily. It looks like it got hit back by the 13, so that's going to be a point for Fafka. Legacy now has only a 2-point lead over Fafka here in the first set with 20-18. And if you don't know already, it is first to 25. There was a serve to 13 out of 42. It's like and gets it over Grace, 42. It's like the 31 got it over. That's going to be a point for Legacy. There's a serve. Bethany, Reagan to Mariah. 42, and looks like the 23 got it over. And Mariah, and it got hit over to the 21 and hit it out. That's going to be a point for Fafka. There's a serve from Grace to 23 of 42. Get it over. Emily to Reagan to Mariah. 26 now to 42, and 24 got it over. Reagan to Mariah does get it over. Far out. That's going to be a point for Legacy. There's the serve. Looks like that went to Emily. And Morgan did try getting it over. And that's a 3-hit mark. And no one can hit it. Went in. It's going to be a point for Legacy. We got a timeout here. We'll be back in a bit. 23-19, Legacy leading. Welcome back. We're back from a timeout. If you're just joining, it is 23-19 here in the first set. Legacy leading over Fafka. Speaking of Legacy, here comes the first serve after the timeout. That goes to Natalie. Now Mariah to Emily. And hit it back. 3-1. Looks like Natalie got that. And that's going to be a point for Legacy. 24-19 it looks here in the first. It's going to be another serve from the 31 who gets it over to Mariah and Morgan. That's going to be a point for Fafka. To 20 here in the first set. And that's the serve from Mariah. Barely gets it over. 42-23. And Mariah down to Bethany. 42. And the hit is blocked by Morgan. And it does get in on Legacy's side. So that's going to be a point for Fafka, making it 24-21. There's a serve from Mariah. That goes to 21. And does get it over from the 23. That's Natalie, now to Mariah. Morgan does get it over. That's going to be another point for Fafka. There's a serve from Mariah. 42. And that's going to be a point for Fafka. 24-23 here in the first set. It looks like it is a timeout. We'll be back in a bit with 24-23 Legacy leading over Fafka. We're back from a timeout here. It's going to be a serve from Mariah. There it is. And hit back. It is now tied up. 24-24 here in the first set. (24-24). Serve from Mariah again. And that's the 42. And a hard hit there. Emily to Reagan, who gets it over. 42-20. Now to Natalie, who gets it out. That's going to be a point for Legacy. Now, yes, Legacy does have 25, but I think they have to be leading over 2 points. It is going to be a serve from the number 23 here. There's a serve to Emily, now to Mariah. Morgan does get it over, 23 to the 42. Here comes a hard hit from the 32. Natalie gets it up. Reagan over. 42, Reagan up. Now Mariah hits it up. It looks like Bethany's going to get it over. 42, here comes another hard hit from the 32, kind of. Mariah now to Reagan. Morgan gets it over, hit it out. It's now tied up again, 25-25. Looks like it is going to be Bethany's serve here. Does get it over 43. It's a point for Fafka, 26-25.
What a play.
Now you did hear Now you did hear a bit talking there with the refs there. Oh, theory there. And it looks like that is going to be overturned, 25-25. But there's another serve from Bethany. If you didn't know what happened, it looks like they went over the net, and that's hit back. That's going to be a point for Legacy. Taking the point from Fafka, now over to Legacy.
You jinxed it.
There's a serve from the 13. Natalie with the hard hit there. Mariah to Morgan. Two, looks like it's going to be a hit. Morgan blocks it. 13 to the 20. Mariah hits it up. Morgan's going to bring it over again. And that's a point for Legacy. It's 27-25. That's going to be the end of the set. That was a pretty good set, I got to say. It started off with Legacy getting pretty big lead, at least near the middle. And then it got really close. But we're going to take a little break here, and we're going to head over and set off for set two. There was a serve. We're back from set 2 here. (32). Grace. Now Morgan gets it over. Gets it over, and that's going to be a point for Fafka. And sorry for the very late start there on the commentating. The set just came up by surprise there for me. And there's a serve from Morgan. Gets it to the 23. Now to the 42. Now Emily. Morgan. And wow, what an effort there. Yeah, you could see that. That was pretty interesting, but that's going to be a point for Fafka. Looks like it's going to be another serve from Morgan here. There it is. 23, 42. And another good effort from the 26th. And that's going to be a point for Fafka. There's a serve from Morgan. Does get to the 32. Now Reagan, now Grace. Mariah does get it over. 23 to the 42. Looks like the 25. Looks like it is a point for Legacy. It's going to be a serve from the number 32. And as we've seen, they've been pretty hard hits, and that one is too. That went to Morgan. Reagan to Emily. And 25, that's going to be a point for Fafka. There was a serve. 2, now 23. Gives it over to Morgan. Now Bethany, and now Emily gets it over. 17, and the hit was blocked by Mariah. 7 gets it over. Looks like that was Morgan. Now Reagan. Not sure who wanted it. Looks like Mariah and Emily were going for it. But they just weren't sure. So that's going to be 4-2 here. There was a serve from Mariah. Reagan to Grace. Now 4, 26, 42. 25 does get it over. Reagan hits it back. That's going to go to Morgan, out of Mariah. 42, and that's a short hit. That's going to be a point for Fafka. Make that 5-2 here in set 2. There's a serve from Emily. It's 23 to the 42. Looks like the 13 is going to get that over to Reagan. Now to Morgan. Grace, and Grace tried. Looks like she thought it went over, but it was blocked by the 25, so that's going to be a point for Legacy. There's the serve. It's to Mariah. 42 to the 23. Hard hit. It looks like Emily did try. What an effort there. But not enough, so that's going to be a point for Legacy. And there's the serve. Looks like that went to Bethany. Yeah, it looks like that was Bethany. But that's going to be a point for Legacy. Now tying it up 5-5 here in set 2. There's a serve. It looks like Morgan did go for it, but just not enough, so that's going to be a point for Legacy. Now taking the lead here in the second, 6-5. There was Emily. So Grace, Emily again, that's short. That's going to be a point for Legacy now with a 2-point lead over Fafka. There was a serve that goes to Emily, now to Mariah. Yeah, it looks like they try getting over Mariah, and now Reagan gets it over. 42 to the 20, and Mariah stops that hit. 13 to the 23, and it looks like Emily did go for it, but that's going to end up a point for Legacy. There was a serve from the number 37, Morgan, hit it back. So that's going to be a point for Legacy. There's a serve from the number 32 that gets to, and that's going to be a point for Legacy, now entering the double digits. Timeout, we'll be back in a bit. We're back from a timeout here. Fafka's just getting on the court. And it's going to be the starting serve after the timeout by the number 37. There's a serve, gets it over. That's Emily to Mariah. Grace hits it back. Hit up by the 42 and hits it over. And Emily hit it over, and that's in. That's going to be a point for Fafka. 10-6, Legacy leading over Fafka. It's going to be a serve from Grace. Here's a serve from Grace. It's it over, and that was hit back by one of the Legacy players. That's going to be a point for Fafka. Now a 3-point lead over Fafka Legacy has, making it 10-7. Another serve by Grace. 20 gets it over and out. That's going to be a point for Fafka. There's a serve. 42 hits it up. 13's going to get it over. And it looks like Grace went for it, but cannot get it over, so that's going to be a point for Legacy. There was just a little player bench swap there. Grace and Natalie for Fafka. There's a serve. And it looks like Reagan got it, and the diving effort from Mariah there did not complete, so that's going to be a point for Legacy. There's the serve. It's short. It's going to be a point for Fafka. And it looks like it's going to be Mariah in serving position here. There's a serve. 42 hits it up. 32 gets it over, and that looked out, but I guess it's in. It's going to be a point for Legacy. (13-9) here. Legacy leading over Fafka. There's the serve. Mariah now to Bethany, and that's going to be a point for Legacy. There's a serve, gets it over. That goes to Natalie. Reagan hits it up, and Mariah gets it over. 13 to the 42, and 32 hits it over. The ball did go outside the blue line and got tossed back in. There's a serve. It's over to Emily. And Mariah to Morgan. It's looked in. That's going to be a point for Fafka. It looks like I did forget to add a point for Legacy. My bad on that one. There was a serve to the 42 to the 32. Now, Mariah to Reagan. And that's going to be a point for Fafka. Make it 15 to 11. Here comes a serve from Bethany. Gets it over. 2 to the 42 there. And Mariah to Reagan. Morgan. And that's going to be a point for Fafka, making it 15 to 12. There's a serve from Bethany. 42 hits it up, and 32 gets it way over. That's out. That's going to make it 15-13. Fafka gets a point. There's a serve. 42 hits it up, and 20 gets it over. And that's going to be a point for Legacy. There's the serve. Mariah now to Reagan. That's going to go to her sister, Emily. To the 42. It does get over. That goes to Natalie. Mariah hits it up, and Morgan gets it over. And it was hit back and out, so that's going to be a point for Fafka. There's the serve from Morgan. Now Grace. And that's going to be a point for Fafka. Now close down to a 1-point lead over Fafka that Legacy has. 16 to 15 here in the second set. There's a serve from Morgan. 42 to 32. So over. Looks like Morgan hit that. Now Mariah gets it over. 42 and Reagan tried, and Grace got it through, though. 42 to the 35. That's going to be a point for Legacy. Now, it looks like we're going to see what's going to be said here. Legacy does not have the point yet. Looks like it's going to be a point for Fafka. Tie it up, 16 to 16. It's going to be a serve from Reagan. 26 to the 25 gets it over. Emily to her sister Reagan. To the 32, and that's short. That's going to be a point for Fafka, now taking the lead. Looks like it is being talked over. And it looks like it is going to be Reagan's serve. The rotation is in order, so we're set back. There's a serve. 42 to 25. Reagan gets it to her sister Emily. Now Grace. And 32. And a block from Grace. That's going to be a point for Fafka. There was a serve. And there it goes. That looked in. It is. That's going to be a point for Legacy. It's going to be a serve here from the number 32. And as we've seen, they've been pretty hard. And it was, but it's short. That's going to be a point for Fafka. 19 to 17. Looks like it is going to be Emily's serve, Reagan's sister. There it is. And it looks like it was hit back and out. That's going to be a point for Fafka. Now 20 to 17 here in the second. There's a serve. 23. Reagan to Mariah. And that looks like it's a point for Fafka. It is indeed 21 to 17 here in the second. There's a serve from Emily. And it looked out. It is. That's going to be a point for Legacy. There was a serve. That goes to Emily. Now to her sister Reagan. And Mariah with the hit. And it was blocked by the 25. That's going to be a point for Legacy. There's a serve. Gets it to Grace. And now Reagan to Mariah. So there's try block and a good effort there from the 21, but not enough. It's going to be a point for Fafka. There's the serve from Grace. And a great effort there from the 26. And that's going to be a point for Fafka.
Hit the camera. Look at.
And now Fafka is ready to serve here. It looks like it's going to be from Grace. There's the serve to 26, now to the 42. And it's going to be a point for Legacy, making it 23 to 20. Fafka does have a 3-point lead over Legacy.
Go Fafka!
Now, if you're just joining us, Legacy did win set 1. This is set 2. As you can see on the on-screen scoreboard on the top left of your screen, Fafka has 23 points, Legacy has 20. We'll see what happens. There's the serve from number 37, and that looked out. It was. That's going to be a point for Fafka. It's going to be a timeout. We'll be back in a bit. All right, we're back here. Welcome back. It's going to be a serve from Mariah. There it is. The effort there did work, and that's going to be out. That's going to be a point for Fafka. 25 to 20, and that is going to be the final for set 2. So tied up 1-1. We're going to have a final tie-breaking set 3. So we're going to be back in just a few minutes. Alrighty, we're all set for set 3, the last and final set of the season, at least the home season for the FOFCA varsity team. Be sure to stay tuned. Right after this set, there will be a little post-game overview recap, and there's a serve. And that's going to be Reagan. Now 23 does get it to 42. 32 with the hit. Looks like Grace and Emily did try, so that's going to be a point for Legacy. But like I was saying, it is going to be a little post-game overview recap with me and a special guest. And that's going to be a point for Legacy. So just be ready and stay tuned for that. That is going to be at the end of this game. And there's a serve. It is short. That's going to be a point for FOFCA. 2-1 here. It is a serve from Morgan, and that's going to be a point for FOFCA, as that was in. Tied up, 2-2. There's the serve. And that's going to be a point for FOFCA. There's a serve from Morgan, and that's going to be a point for Fafka. There was a serve, and that's going to be a point for Legacy as that was out. There's a serve from the number 32. That goes to Mariah. Now Reagan. Now Grace. 13. And that's going to be a point for Legacy. Tie it up, 4-4. There's a serve from the number 32, and now Emily to Reagan, now to Mariah, and a good effort there once again from the 26, and that's going to be a point for Fafka. And that's going to be a point for Fafka. There was a serve from Reagan to 26. 23. Now Reagan, Morgan, Mariah. 42. And that's going to be a point for Fafka. There was a serve, and that's going to be a point for Fafka. 8-4 here in the third. And there was a serve from Reagan. The 42, now to the 23. Reagan stops it from getting out. That's Morgan to Mariah. And now 25. And that's going to be a point for Legacy. There was a serve. Reagan to Mariah. I'm sorry, that was Bethany to Mariah, and now Reagan. Get over to 23, and that's out. That's going to be a point for Fafka. And there was a serve. 13 gets it over. Reagan. 4, Grace. And that's going to be a point for Fafka. And there is a serve to 42. And that's going to be a point for Legacy.
Come on, Fafka!
All right, there's the serve from Morgan. Now to Reagan. Mariah. And that's going to be a point for Legacy. It's going to be a serve there. That's going to Reagan, and that's going to be a point for Legacy.
Come on, Fafka!
There's a serve. And it's going to be a point for Fafka, making it 12-8. It's going to be Grace's serve here for Fafka. And there's the serve. 20. Reagan to Morgan. Mariah. 23. It's going to be a serve here. All right, Reagan to Mariah. And it looks like it's going to be Fafka's point. There's the serve from Mariah. 42, and that's going to be a point for Fafka. Make it 14-9 here in the third set. And there's a serve from Mariah. And it's going to Emily. Now Mariah, and Mariah, and that looks like it's going to be a point for Legacy. It is going to be the serve here. A good serve gets over. Now Emily to Mariah. Now Morgan. 42 to the 20. Great save there from Natalie. Now 32. 32 again with the hit. Now Mariah to Reagan. Mariah. Mariah again. And Reagan to Mariah. Now Morgan. This play is going good, I got to say. And 32 and a good effort there. That's going to be a point for Legacy. And there was Morgan to Bethany. 20, that goes to Reagan. Looks like Mariah hit that one up. Bethany gets that over. 42 to the 20. That's going to be a point for Fafka. 15 to 11. And there's a serve from Bethany. To the 32 with the hit. Morgan, 42. And with the diving effort and just a little bit of frustration there from Reagan, but a great effort in all. There's the serve and it's short. That's going to be a point for Fafka. Easy point there. That's always an easy point for a team on volleyball. Just a nice short serve. And there's a serve from Morgan. 42, and that's going to be a point for Fafka. And there's a serve from Morgan. And I gotta check that on the little replay. It looks like the 43 was going for it, and so was the 23. But they just didn't know who was getting it. And speaking of short serves, there was a short serve there
Go
from Morgan. So 18-13 here in set 3. And there was short serve, but a hard serve, as expected from the 32. But that's going to be a point for Pafka. Looks like that's going to be a serve from Giovanna. 2 to the 20. I haven't seen her really any at all in this game, making a late appearance. And that's going to be a point for Legacy. And there's a serve. Morgan to Mariah. And that's going to be a point for Fafka. 20-14. Looks like it's going to be a serve from Emily. Players in position. There's a serve. Does go over. And that was a good hit there. Morgan to Mariah, who does get it over. And a great play there by the 26. Bethany to 42, now 12. And that's going to be a point for Legacy. Make that 20-15. Going to be a little bench switch here. 25, or that's the 26, my bad, and the 20 for Legacy. Reagan. Now 42 to the 23, who tips it over. And that does get over, surprisingly. 37. 20 gets it over. Pretty high. Reagan to Bethany. It's like Grace with a short hit there. There's a serve. Now Reagan. Reagan to Mariah. That's a pretty hard hit there and out. That's going to be a point for... Or no, wow, okay. It's actually a point for Fafka. I thought it looked out. That was pretty interesting. I guess it was hit back by Legacy. Did not see that. That's a serve from Grace there. 23 to the 42, and that's going to be a point for Fafka. It's going to be a timeout. We'll be back in just a bit. There's a serve from Grace that's short. There's the serve. Looks like Bethany does get it over. Emily and 42. To Emily, now to her sister Reagan. going to be a point for Legacy. And there's the serve. It's short. It's going to be a point for Fafka. 23-18 here in the last set. Now there's the serve. Now Mariah to Reagan to Morgan. 29. Now Emily to her sister Reagan. Mariah does get it over. That's going to be a point for Fafka. It was in. Looks like we're going to have probably a final timeout here. We'll be back in just a bit. We're back here and serve from Mariah. And that's it. That's going to be a point for Fafka. Now the final. We're going to have the post-game few-minute segment here in just a minute. See you then.